Forget motivational speeches and fake affirmations. In this video, I'll reveal 7 dark psychology tricks to master power dynamics and become psychopathically confident. These bold secrets will help you transform into someone unshakable, commanding respect and control in any situation. True confidence is not about seeking approval. It's about self-sufficiency. The most psychopathically confident people don't crave validation. They project a sense of power that makes others naturally gravitate toward them. Dark psychology works by harnessing subtle tactics to influence not just your own mindset, but how others perceive you. When you master this, you become untouchable, mentally and socially. Psychopathic confidence is about standing firm in your value, embracing your flaws, and controlling the dynamics of every interaction. It's not about being liked, it's about being respected. Once you unlock this mindset, you'll no longer play by the same rules as everyone else. Let's get started, buddies. Trick number 1, own your flaws before they do. Owning your flaws is one of the most powerful things you can do, yet so few people truly embrace it. Why? Because we've been conditioned to believe that flaws are something to hide or fix. But here's the truth. When you fully own your weaknesses, they lose their power over you and over others. Think about it. If someone tries to insult you by pointing out a flaw you've already accepted, their words become meaningless. For example, if someone says, "You're too short," and you respond, "Yeah, I am." So what? You instantly strip away their ability to use it against you. This isn't just about dismissing criticism. Psychologists have found that people who accept their imperfections are seen as more authentic and confident. Confidence isn't pretending to be perfect. It's knowing you're enough, flaws and all. When you laugh at your own shortcomings, people admire you because it shows self-awareness and strength. Owning your flaws also frees you from the exhausting need to impress others. Instead of being controlled by insecurity, you project self-assurance, which is magnetic. Your flaws become your armor, making you untouchable. Trick number 2, the confidence of mystery. There's something undeniably powerful about keeping certain parts of your life a mystery. When you say less about your accomplishments and let others discover them on their own, you create intrigue and admiration. Think about it. When someone brags about their success, it often feels forced, even desperate. But when you quietly excel and someone finds out naturally, it hits differently. They respect you more because it wasn't a performance, it was real. Psychologically, people value what they uncover more than what they're told. When they notice your success without you pointing it out, it feels like their discovery, making it more meaningful to them. This taps into the idea of scarcity. Information you don't freely give becomes more valuable. Saying less also puts you in control. You avoid oversharing or giving away too much about yourself, which keeps people curious. Mystery also leaves room for others to fill in the blanks about you. When you don't reveal everything, people naturally assume there's more to your story, often imagining you as even more accomplished or confident than you may feel. That's the power of being understated. Trick number 3, break social norms with confidence. Breaking social norms when done with confidence is one of the fastest ways to stand out and command respect. Most people stick to social rules because they're afraid of being judged or standing out too much. But the truth is, those who dare to challenge these unspoken rules often end up being admired. Why? Because breaking norms signals that you're not afraid of what others think. You trust yourself, and that's magnetic. Think about someone who speaks their mind in a room full of people playing it safe. That person naturally grabs attention, not because they're loud, but because they dare to do what others won't. Psychology backs this up. People are drawn to those who act decisively, even if they don't agree with them. It projects strength, independence, and leadership. Breaking norms doesn't mean being reckless. It's about knowing when to challenge the status quo. For example, dressing boldly in a formal setting or speaking up when others stay silent. The key is to remain calm and unapologetic, showing that your actions come from confidence, not desperation. When done right, it makes people respect you, even if they don't understand you. Trick number 4, use silence as power. Silence is one of the most underrated yet powerful tools in human interaction. In a world where everyone is desperate to be heard, the one who chooses silence creates intrigue and demands attention. When you speak less, people lean in, not just physically, but emotionally. Silence forces others to fill the void, often revealing more about themselves than they intended. This subtle shift in power is what makes silence so effective in commanding respect. Studies in psychology show that pauses in conversations increase the perception of authority. Those who aren't afraid of silence appear more confident and in control. Emotionally, silence amplifies your words when you do speak. A carefully placed pause before or after a statement makes your message feel deliberate, calculated, and impactful. It's the difference between a whisper that stops a crowd and a loud voice that's ignored. Silence also conveys that you don't feel the need to explain yourself. That self-assuredness unnerves others, making them subconsciously defer to you. Mastering silence isn't about avoidance. It's about knowing when your silence speaks louder than words ever could. Trick number 5. Embrace criticism. Embracing criticism boldly is one of the most liberating and empowering things you can do. Most people fear criticism because it feels like a personal attack, but when you lean into it, you take away its power. Imagine someone calling you stupid, expecting you to get defensive. Instead of reacting, you smile and say, "Yeah, maybe I am." That response catches them off guard and completely disarms them. Why? Because they were looking for a reaction, and you refuse to give them one. Psychologically, this shows unshakable confidence. You're signaling that their words don't define you, and you're secure in who you are. People who can laugh at themselves are often seen as strong because it shows they're not ruled by ego. This approach also flips the dynamic. The person criticizing you suddenly loses their power because you've shown that their opinion doesn't affect you. Criticism, when embraced, becomes an opportunity. It can either reveal insecurities or highlight strengths. By owning it boldly, you send a clear message. No one can use your flaws against you because you've already accepted them. This makes you untouchable in any interaction. Trick number 6. Mirror their emotions. Mirroring someone's emotions is one of the most subtle yet effective ways to build trust and create a connection. People naturally like those who feel familiar to them, and when you mirror their body language, tone of voice, or even their emotional energy, it sends an unspoken signal. I understand you. This isn't manipulation. It's human psychology. Studies show that when someone feels understood, their brain releases oxytocin, a chemical that fosters trust and bonding. Imagine talking to someone who matches your energy perfectly. If you're excited, they reflect that enthusiasm. If you're calm, they match your tone. You naturally feel at ease because it feels like they get you. The key to mirroring is subtlety. It's not about copying them like a mime, but aligning with their vibe in a way that feels natural. For example, if they lean forward while talking, you might do the same after a moment. If they speak softly, lower your voice slightly to match theirs. This technique creates a feeling of comfort, making people more open to you. It's like speaking their unspoken language, creating a powerful bond without them even realizing it. Trick number 7. Create the illusion of choice. Creating the illusion of choice is a subtle yet powerful way to influence people while making them feel in control. People naturally resist being told what to do, but when you present options, even if both lead to the outcome you want, they feel empowered. For example, instead of saying, "You need to do this now," you could say, "Would you prefer to do it now or later this afternoon?" Both choices align with your goal, but the other person feels like they made the decision. Psychologists call this perceived autonomy, and it's deeply tied to how humans think. When people feel they're in control, they're far more likely to cooperate willingly. This strategy is used in everything from parenting to sales to high-stakes negotiations. Even restaurants do this with phrases like, "Would you like fries or a salad?" guiding your decision while still giving you control. The trick to making this work is subtlety. Your options must seem natural, not forced, and they should never feel manipulative. When done right, you steer conversations and decisions effortlessly, earning cooperation without resistance. It's influence disguised as freedom. Applying these tricks daily is simpler than you think. In a group setting, practice silence. Let others speak first and observe their reactions. During a job interview, mirror the interviewer's tone and energy subtly to build trust. When someone criticizes you, embrace it boldly instead of defending yourself. It shows unshakable confidence. In online interactions, resist the urge to overshare. Maintain an air of mystery that keeps people curious. When decisions arise, use the illusion of choice to steer outcomes in your favor. These small actions consistently project power and psychopathic confidence in every interaction. Confidence is an internal game. You don't need anyone's approval, you need your own. Try just one of these dark psychology tricks today and notice how your energy shifts. Start small, and soon you'll radiate the psychopathic confidence that commands respect everywhere you go. If you're ready to master the art of dark psychology and become psychopathically confident, don't stop here. Hit subscribe, leave a comment with the trick you're excited to try, and share this with someone who needs to level up their confidence. Your transformation starts now.